So, Joel.
Oh, we were both on camera.
We're both a little bit on camera here. I was just walking past and I saw there was a film premiere here, so I thought I'd jump in and try and find out what's going on.
Yeah, well, this is. Thank you for stopping by. You know, how did you sneak in? But yeah, this is a premiere of Fans Only 2. Mm-hmm. This is a follow-up. It's volume 2 of the documentary series Fans Only, which is looking at the adult entertainment world, but through a different lens. Mm-hmm. Through a lens that's never really been shown before. It's showing the inspirational people, it's showing the talents that work in the industry and that are normal people, whereas a lot of people do perceive them as sometimes not real.
So at what point from doing the first one did you realise it needed a sequel then?
Well, we started filming the second and third one before number 1 was released. Okay. So confident were Tommy Gunn and I that we maybe had something that people would appreciate.
Sorry, so I was going to just say, I've spoken to Tommy a little bit, and he said he wanted to start a conversation about the porn industry. That was his goal behind making this film with you.
Yeah, we were having a conversation in Mel's Diner on Sunset Boulevard, and because, you know, I went over there and we thought we were going to make a biography, but he turned it around and said, I want to shine a positive light on the industry and the people that are in this industry, and I ran with it. I thought that was beautiful. I thought it was perfect. And I've never seen anything like that on mainstream. I always see them highlighting the negative, and it's not true. I've met these people. They're some of the most wonderful people I've ever met.
Why do you think that's being done? Why do you think there's such an emphasis on the negative of this industry?
It's easy to point out, and it's easy to get clickbait, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and it gets headlines. You know, if something happens in the adult entertainment world, it's very easy to say it's because they do that. You know, but my experience was extremely different. Really, they're non-judgmental. They enjoy what they do. They love what they do. In many cases, and they are free because they've afforded themselves a level of freedom that most people don't. Freedom to be who you are. That's extremely powerful, and that's what I put across in episode 10.
So freedom is something I think a lot of us are striving for. How did you find the people within this documentary? How are they finding that? How are they discovering that freedom?
They've got a bigger smile on their face. They come under a lot of stigma. So when that happens, it makes them more together. The community is very good. They look after each other. They are more sexually free. They're more physically free. They're more emotionally free. Because everything else drops away. That is what we all are looking for, and it's what I say in the documentary. You know, like what they do or not, but you can't deny people who have afforded themselves that level of freedom. That's something to learn from.
So have you learned anything? Have you discovered something there?
Amazingly. First of all, I was very overweight in episode 1. So you hang out with Tommy Gunn and Brandy Love, and they're working out in the gym every day. You work out in the gym. So yeah, I've certainly learned to look after myself better, as they do. Most people think they're partying, and you know, because that's what, you know, you would have to do that to do that job. It's the complete opposite, and I thought were the opposite. Every perception that I went in with was wrong, and this is why I believe episode 1, episode 2 answers the questions that people have in their mind about this industry. And it's 2025.
I think we're there, nearly 26. We're coming to the end, I think.
The world has changed. And I do think that this industry is going to be leading the way in interesting aspects. It is entertainment, right? But there's billions of views and everyone knows them. And the stars in this film are more famous than the TV and movie stars. They're more recognized. So if everyone's engaging in this, then why can't we talk about it? Why do people feel shame and judge if they watch it? Because you know, the statistics are there.
So through asking the questions, does it give us an opportunity to escape that shame? Can we find something there? Can we find something for all of us in sharing something like this?
I think it's spreading the message. And it's highlighting something that, and as I say in the documentary, we're conditioned and believe and taught to believe that some things are right and some things are wrong. That girls like pink and boys like blue. That boys play with dumper trucks and action men, and girls play with Barbie dolls. So we're programmed and conditioned from a very young age on how we're supposed to see the world, but what if that lens is not true? And that's what I ask people, and I ask the audience to look at through all my work, is be the mirror. And it started, I did Gypsy Billionaire, and gypsies are stigmatized. I'm now doing the Gypsy Kings, stigmatized, but broke through boundaries with their beautiful music. And there's similarities in every kind of culture, in every kind of world. Every culture should be celebrated for the good that it does, not just pointed out for the negative.
So through making these documentaries, what do you hope the audience takes away, particularly this documentary, Fans Only 2? What do you hope their big takeaways from?
To look at themselves in a different way and say, who am I here to become? Not point the finger and judge. To go within and say, okay, looking at this documentary, I've made it about the person watching, reflecting on an industry that's extremely popular. And the stars share, wonderfully for all the world to see. And there's a lot of things that people take away for themselves, because you can be that mirror. No one likes to be told anything. You can't tell somebody to do something, but they can watch something and reflect on their own life and look inside.
It sounds to me like you're attempting to humanise these stars, to humanise the industry, to trying to light on the truth that's there.
Well, there is a lot, yeah. I mean, I just couldn't believe the perceptions that people have about an industry that's so not true. There is, I'm dealing with the biggest stars in America. It's all corporately owned. It's all with consent. People are doing this for a living. This is a job. And everybody is unaware of how controlled it is. Now, there's negative in every single industry, and people will always look at this industry and point out the bad. But if you look at the suicide rate that they put into porn, they will always highlight that. But yet it doesn't come into the top 10. Dentists are number one.
Yeah, at this moment then, so just we might follow this conversation up. I feel like there's a lot more to explore here. Maybe we need to sit down.
We'll sit down.
We'll sit and have a proper long podcast. And I want to find out a bit more about you and what's driving you on this journey.
I'm trying to be the best. I'm becoming the best version of myself that I can become.
What a good place what a good bit journey to be going.
That's the best gift I can give to myself. Whilst we've got this time on this planet, which is short even at the longest.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Joel. I look forward to seeing the movie. Where can I find it?
Amazon Prime. It's just released today on Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
They got their timing rights.
Okay, brilliant. All right, I'll be looking it up on Amazon. Thanks, Joel.